Hi guys, Kim here. Firstly, I wanted to talk about the eclipses occurring in the next couple of weeks and then go on to talk about how important it is for us to mindfully place ourselves in the middle of our own creation. So there is a solar eclipse on the 25th of October. I've been doing a bit of research into what's going on with that, and I think that these eclipses are markers or catalysts for shifts in consciousness, especially over the areas of where they're happening. This one's primarily over Europe, so possibly only 1/3 visible because it's only a partial eclipse. The energy that it carries is on the side of a big change or a big shift. The ending of one way of doing something, change of circumstances or something in an area that we're in. Because of Mars and Mercury featuring strongly in this eclipse, there may well be a suggestion of intense conflict. Oh, by the way, something I forgot to mention was last year I became aware that if your birthday is on or around the dates of eclipses, that it may well mean that this energy is coming for you to shift you into new gear. Plus, the energy may have the potential of staying with you, changing the footing of where you're at for the next few months. The same applies to the lunar eclipse on the 6th of November, so if your birthday is in or around that, then the energy of the lunar eclipse may be attributed to you personally more. So this lunar eclipse is mainly happening over China, and other countries will be able to experience it, including Asia, Australia and South America. It's occurring in Gemini, which means, or kind of picked up that dirty tricks might be afoot. This could pertain to gossip, could be the media doing up the usual tricks, but it could mean also that they've been exposed for doing the dirty tricks or exposed for lying, as Uranus is playing a big part of this eclipse. So I might say that the planet is all about taking the piss. It's all about the urine, remember, making the superficial magnify over the long term. However, the one thing about Uranus and this eclipse is it could be working towards creating pathways for us to work forward into higher purposes by clarifying the rubbish, clearing it away from a path in front of us and giving us a freedom to move forward with plans that may have been delayed. I think it's actually quite a good thing. Uranus is a powerful player, and the one thing about this planet is it's full of surprises. It simply signifies us that which we haven't even considered, because even though we may think it's fait accompli, Uranus can turn around and bring about the energy of the extreme opposite. It's kind of a planet of change, like, do you expect the unexpected? Don't listen to it. It isn't going to happen yet, whatever it is. So to put yourself in the importance of putting yourself into the main part in this reality is it's all about essentially that you take the time to organize your own thinking. Easier said than done, but put yourself in the center of it all and make yourself the center of your decisions in your life, and forget about anything pertaining to evaluating anything through external filters, just for the week, even the week between the two eclipses if you can. I was listening to Crystal Time before, and she was saying that we need to ride the pale horse. More chaos will be coming, but as long as we purge the ego and we stay in bliss and we do not comply, that the beliefs will leave. Leaves like falling off the tree. You get it? But like you say, it's a friggin' battle for the mind. What kept me sane, found a kind of bliss that carries me through, and the bliss pertains to following a passion, or kind of like following on the next best thing that excites me the most, kind of like just doing whatever's, not really planning my day per se, because if I plan my day it tends to get a little bit heavier. But if I kind of like just wait to see what's in my path there and then, and just follow that stream or follow that train of thought, and it ends up being quite fun. Also within that, it's like not complying to the rules. But I found that with not complying to the rules, that I really would like other people on the same path as me, and that's been really difficult. As the real frustrations have occurred through seeing others not standing beside myself and not sharing the same conditions. And it took me some time to process the idea that there was no necessity for anybody to stand by or to have the same opinion or to agree with me. And that this was just part of us standing up for ourselves, and how the mind could be corrupted as long as we were looking outside of ourselves for input, agreement, or support of a strategy. It really isn't necessary. As the road of frustration, we end up falling off our horses when we depend on others and expect others to behave in a certain way in order to create an outcome. Realistically, by now, I can see that so many see the concept of us banding together and doing it together, and that being the solution. But the further I go down this path, unfortunately, I recognise more and more that this journey is about us realising ourselves. And it's about us being Dorothy and us following the yellow brick roads to the magician and revealing the curtain ourselves. And all we need is courage, wisdom and love, and that's it. We only get frustrated when we move out of the now and into the concept that the mind is holding the future. So if we're imagining something to happen, which may or may not be true, or in the past that we can do sweet they're all about. We may even be responsible for creating this nightmare by giving too much focus to what we don't want, unintentionally of course, but there's a great deal of information out there in movie formats that makes us want to believe that we're way more powerful than we ever imagined. Plus we've learned through this that the mindset is everything. So a few years ago I had this dream where I was standing in a beach house and the ocean had these huge tornadoes sucking up all the water, and it morphed into this wave which hit the house, and multiple waves, and I heard a voice saying, just need to ride the wave. Things will be turned upside down and we'll feel as if we've landed on our head, not on our feet. But my friend in the room with me seemed to be more interested in what we were eating for breakfast rather than focusing on what was happening outside of ourselves in relation to this big tornado storm. We came through it okay, or I did in the dream. The thing that I got from it was that we are not standing on solid ground. It's all part of the sixth sun and the fall of civilization, although I can honestly say that it's not very civil these days. The main difference between then and now is before it seemed as if the future reached out before us, needing to really plan for it, and it was like our choices were our choices, whereas now, I don't think our choices are relevant anymore. I feel more like we're on a ride. I had a conversation with a friend the other day saying it was really hard to plan anything now, as things are changing so rapidly, that in a way this is a really good thing, as this in itself is teaching us how to live in the now and go with the flow. Do love that statement, go with the flow, imagining us in a river and rapids are rocking and rolling, and the further we go down the river, yeah, we get tossed about a bit in the process, but we're still managing to flow forwards, onwards, towards the unknown. Most importantly, like I said before, have fun with it. If you're not having fun, then you're not playing the game. That's it from me for now. By the way, I love you guys all very much. Thank you for all your help with this channel. Without it, there wouldn't be a channel. Thanks for listening. Ta-ta for now.